How you doing? I'm Callan and this is Slapped Ham. If you like scary videos, then you've found a good channel. Just hit that subscribe button, sit back, relax and enjoy the creepy content. Scary videos don't necessarily have to be sinister, as our first clip shows. It was shared on TikTok by user Broomin N Bloomin, and it's one of those quiet, personal paranormal moments that tends to hit harder than any ghost caught on camera in an abandoned building.
Oh my god.
According to the uploader, her sister made a promise before she passed. She said that if there was any way to come back and haunt her, she'd do it in the most annoying ways possible. And then the microwave started acting up. No one's touching it, no timer has been set, it just starts going off over and over as if someone's pressing the buttons from the other side.
My dishwasher's beeping now too. Oh my god.
Then there's the display. When the camera pans to the screen, the time reads 11:11. In spiritual and New Age circles, 11:11 is widely regarded as a sign of synchronicity, alignment, or a message from beyond. Whether you subscribe to that or not, the timing is hard to ignore.
Oh my god. Dude, I'm telling you, it's Jeanette.
The uploader interprets the whole thing as her sister keeping her word, haunting her in the most playfully irritating way she could manage. And honestly, if you're going to haunt someone, messing with the microwave at 11:11 is a pretty solid move. Viewers were charmed. Many shared their own stories of loved ones allegedly making contact through electronics, flickering lights, phones ringing at odd hours. So what do you think was behind those beeps? A worn-out keypad glitching at just the right moment? A coincidence made meaningful by grief? Or was someone keeping a promise, reaching through in the most annoying way they could think of? This scary video, well, photo in this case, was shared on Facebook by the page Something Creepy, and it's one of those images that gets more unsettling the longer you look at it. According to the post, the photo was taken roughly 10 years ago inside an Alaska housing unit. The woman who shared it says her auntie used to live there, and that the kids in the home would always talk about a little girl. No one thought much of it at the time. Kids talk about imaginary friends. It's what they do. But then there's this photo. In the background, partially obscured, there appears to be a dark, shadowy figure standing behind them. It appears to be a distinct, upright form, roughly the size and shape of a small person. Several commenters pointed out that the figure seems to be standing just behind the children, almost watching them. Others noted that the kids reportedly spoke about a little girl no one else could see, which makes this image feel far more personal than your average ghost photo. Skeptics have suggested it could be a shadow cast by an object outside the frame, a trick of low lighting, or even pareidolia, the brain's tendency to find human shapes in random patterns. But others weren't so quick to dismiss it. They pointed to the children's repeated mentions of a girl in the house, long before this photo was ever examined closely, as something harder to explain away. This next clip isn't a ghost video or a paranormal encounter, but it's one of the strangest pieces of footage spreading online this week.
Ghislaine? Do I know you?
The video was originally shared on X by RT and appeared to show a man confronting a woman on a street in Quebec City.
Ghislaine? Do I know you? You know Ghislaine?
No, sorry.
No? I used to order hella pizza off of her.
Oh, really?
She always delivered, yeah.
Oh, sounds
In the footage, the man approaches the woman and casually references ordering pizza from her. a phrase that many online immediately connected to conspiracy theories surrounding the Epstein case.
Ghislaine? Do I know you? You're not Ghislaine?
No, sorry.
The exchange is brief, yet the resemblance to Ghislaine Maxwell is enough to spark speculation. Some viewers even point out that the man beside her shares similarities with her brother, Philip Maxwell, as well. Within hours, the clip racks up roughly 90,000 views. Comment sections explode. Many genuinely believe Maxwell is somehow free and walking the streets of Canada.
Ghislaine? Do I know you?
But then the narrative shifts.
You're not Ghislaine?
No, sorry.
Online analysis begins to circulate, including a breakdown attributed to Grok. According to those posts, the creator later indicated the clip was made using AI deepfake technology, mapping Maxwell's face onto an unrelated woman filmed near a local pizza shop.
You're not Ghislaine?
No, sorry.
No. I used to order.
As of February 2026, official records from the Bureau of Prisons show Maxwell remains incarcerated at Federal Correctional Institution Tallahassee, serving a 20-year sentence. No early release has been recorded. At the same time, another wave of conspiracy theories begins circulating. An India Today report from February 2026 documents claims that Maxwell has allegedly been replaced by a body double inside prison. These rumours are sparked by a recently released video of a congressional deposition conducted virtually from federal custody. In the footage, Maxwell appears remotely before the United States House Oversight Committee, repeatedly invoking the Fifth Amendment regarding her links to Jeffrey Epstein.
Did you, at any time, play any role in Jeffrey Epstein's activities involving the recruitment, grooming, or trafficking of young women or girls?
I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to silence.
Social media users begin sharing side-by-side comparisons between the deposition video and older photographs taken before her 2020 arrest. They claim her nose looks different, her jawline appears squarer, her eyes more hooded. From there, the theory escalates. Some suggest she's not actually in prison at all, and that the woman seen on camera is a stand-in. These claims often tie back to broader allegations that Epstein didn't die in 2019 and that both are secretly alive elsewhere, possibly Israel. Official records, however, show no indication of identity confusion. Neither her legal team nor prison authorities have suggested anything unusual. Analysts point to natural aging. Maxwell is now 63, along with years spent in prison without professional grooming or cosmetic treatment. The deposition footage itself was a low-resolution feed filmed under harsh lighting from an upward camera angle, all of which can distort facial proportions. Taken together, the Quebec Street video and the deposition rumours highlight something larger. In an age of AI-generated content and viral speculation, perception can shift faster than verification. So what do you think this really shows? A convincing deepfake designed to capitalise on public outrage? A case of aging and poor video quality misread through conspiracy lenses? Or a sign that synthetic media is making it harder than ever to separate reality from fabrication?
Ghislaine? Do I know you? You're not Ghislaine?
No, sorry.
No. I used to order hella pizza off of her.
Oh, really?
She always delivered, yeah.
Oh, sounds nice.
This ghost video was shared on TikTok by user Paranormal Unearthed, who says the footage was captured during a visit to a reportedly haunted property known as Cottage 621 in Horseheads, New York.
We've had a lot of reports. We talked to the owners of this Airbnb, Cottage 621.
Cottage 621 has developed its own online following after the owners began documenting strange activity inside the Airbnb. The profile associated with the property reads, "We, unknowingly, bought a haunted Airbnb in Horseheads, NY, and now the man at the foot of the bed roams there." The house has since featured in multiple paranormal investigations, with guests and content creators visiting to see what they might capture.
We start getting reports from the contractors, something isn't right there, and they hear weird noises. And one night they literally ran out, leaving wet paint, and said, "We can't go back there after dark, maybe at all." They were actually pretty scared.
In this particular clip, the Paranormal Unearthed team draws attention to a specific spot near a doorway inside the cottage. As the camera lingers, a dark shape appears just inside the frame. The narrator describes it as a shadow person, possibly even a shadow child. When the footage is slowed down, the shape does seem darker than the wall behind it. After the clip was posted, viewers were divided. Some believed the figure was a genuine shadow entity, noting how it appeared independent of any visible light source. Others pointed to the hashtags used, including hashtag shadowperson, hashtag haunted, and hashtag ghost hunting, suggesting the team may have been primed to interpret ordinary shadows as something paranormal. While Cottage 621 has been described by its owners as haunted, there is no officially documented historical record confirming paranormal activity at the property. Much of its reputation is developed through social media posts and investigation videos like this one. So what do you think was standing near that doorway inside Cottage 621? A trick of light and suggestion during a ghost hunt? Or something quietly lingering inside a house that its owners say was never supposed to come with a resident? This pair of scary videos was shared on TikTok by user targeted Gen X7, and what they show has left a lot of viewers unsettled. In the first video, the user reviews her home security camera footage and spots something unusual.
Can you tell me what this dude is doing? I don't think.
A man is standing outside her property and he appears to be taking rapid flash photographs of his own face. Over and over, the flash fires repeatedly as he lingers, then, just as suddenly, he runs.
Oh, you creep. And then he runs. He ran.
The second clip shows a different camera angle and what appears to be a second man doing something similar.
What are you, you creep? What the hell are you?
This time he's circling a car with a flash going off again and again.
What the hell? What are you?
At first glance, the behavior looks bizarre. Why would someone deliberately flash a camera into their own face on someone else's security footage? But commenters quickly offered a theory that makes the whole thing more unsettling, not less. Several people suggested this could be a deliberate technique to overload and confuse security cameras. By firing a bright flash repeatedly, the theory goes, the person's face becomes blown out and unrecognizable in the recorded footage. Essentially, they're using the flash to blind the camera and mask their identity. If that's what's happening here, it would suggest a level of planning that goes beyond a random late-night wander. It implies the person knows the cameras are there and has a method for defeating them. Others weren't so sure. Some thought the men could have been intoxicated or behaving erratically for reasons that have nothing to do with camera evasion. A few suggested the flash could be from a phone torch being accidentally triggered. Either way, the footage is strange. Two separate cameras catching two separate individuals exhibiting nearly identical behavior at the same property. This creepy photo was shared in the Paranormal Sightings group on Facebook by user Pahizin Hadjar. It's a picture taken at the Eagles Club near Gladwin and Secord Lake. Two women posed together for what looks like a casual night out. But look closely at the gap between them. Right there in the space between their heads and shoulders, a third face seems to appear. According to the post, the person who shared the photo had to point it out to their friend. She hadn't noticed it at first, and no one, reportedly, has been able to identify who that face belongs to. So was this a ghost caught on camera at a quiet club near Secord Lake, or is the human mind simply doing what it does best, finding faces where none exist? This scary post doing the rounds online might just prove that the strangest things are hiding in plain sight, right inside your own wardrobe. Reddit user LeatherComplete6233 recently posted to the weird subreddit after making a rather unsettling discovery. They'd picked up a bomber jacket from a clothing outlet, just one of the store's own brand items, nothing fancy, but when they flipped open the lining of their son's new jacket, they found something that stopped them in their tracks. Stitched into the label, where you'd normally expect washing instructions or a size tag, was this message: the Black Label Collection. When the crows are the only thing you see and the howling wind is the only thing you hear, light a torch and go deep into the darkness of yourself. When the fire's burnt out and the only thing left is you and your own blackness. Blackness, true light. Embrace your darkness. That's not a care instruction, it sounds more like a monologue from a cult leader's diary. The original poster described it as kind of intense, which might be the understatement of the year. This reads less like fashion branding and more like something you'd find scrawled on the walls of an abandoned monastery. The imagery of crows, fire, and darkness all ties together in a way that suggests someone actually sat down and wrote this with intent. A few commenters joked they'd accidentally joined a secret society just by buying a jacket on sale. So what do you make of this? Is it just a case of a brand slapping moody poetry onto a label to seem edgy and mysterious? Or is there something genuinely unexplained about finding a message like this sewn into a child's jacket, hidden where most people would never think to look? This next segment isn't about a scary video caught on camera, it's about what might be the biggest UFO disclosure story of the year, and it's worth unpacking.
Barack Obama said that aliens are real. Have you seen any evidence of non-human visitors to Earth?
Well, he gave classified information. He's not supposed to be doing that. You know?
So aliens are real?
Well, I don't know if they're real or not. I can tell you he gave classified information. He's not supposed to be doing that. He made a big mistake. He took it out of classified information. No, I don't have an opinion on it. I never talk about it. A lot of people do. A lot of people believe it.
In early 2025, Trump signed an executive order directing federal agencies to hand over all records related to UFOs and alien encounters. Headlines exploded. For the disclosure community, it felt like a genuine turning point. But there's a catch, a significant one. According to reporting by The Debrief, the order calls for a release of files but stops short of formal declassification. That distinction matters enormously. Without declassification, agencies can still redact or withhold material under existing national security exemptions. The most sensitive evidence, the kind the public has been demanding for decades, could remain hidden behind black ink and legal loopholes. Several analysts pointed out that previous administrations made similar gestures. Files get released, sure, but they arrive so heavily redacted they reveal almost nothing. The real question is whether this order will be any different. Supporters argue it's a step in the right direction, a signal that the government is finally taking public pressure seriously. Skeptics suggest it's a carefully staged compromise, one that gives the appearance of transparency without actually delivering it. Many online pundits also claim it's a big ruse, designed to distract from the current Epstein file debacle. No timeline has been set for the release. No independent oversight body has been named to verify what's been handed over versus what's been held back. So is this the beginning of real UFO disclosure? A genuine step toward understanding what the government knows about unexplained aerial phenomena? Or is it another carefully worded promise that sounds groundbreaking on paper but changes nothing in practice? This strange footage was shared on TikTok by user JustJoshin93, who says they captured it from their balcony in Los Angeles late one night. In the clip, a bright orange light can be seen moving through the dark sky. It just keeps moving, steady and controlled, across the frame. Commenters were split. Some suggested it could be a firework, a flare, or even a test rocket from nearby Vandenberg Space Force Base. LA sits close enough to military and aerospace facilities that unusual lights in the sky aren't unheard of. Others weren't so sure. The way the light swirls and holds its trajectory doesn't match typical pyrotechnics. A few viewers compared it to similar UFO sightings reported over Southern California in recent months, noting that the region has seen a spike in unexplained aerial footage. No official explanation has surfaced, and no local agencies have commented on the sighting. If you're into scary videos, hit subscribe and turn on all channel notifications. That way you won't miss our latest creepy compilations. This strange case resurfaced recently after archival black and white footage began circulating online, shared from the Eyes on Cinema historical collection and reposted on X. The clip dates back to June 1965 and documents an encounter involving Josephine A.W. Brundage, a resident of Maple Valley near Kent, Washington. The footage appears to be from a local news segment, complete with newspaper overlays from the Maple Valley resident detailing her testimony.
I got off work at 11 o'clock and I had come through Kent. I was approximately 5 miles out of Kent. I always pass this grocery store, which is Foss's grocery store.
In the interview, Josephine calmly recounts what happened while she was driving home one evening along a quiet stretch of road east of Kent.
It had an orange glow to it, just sort of like fire, but yet it didn't look like fire. It was just, the color of fire. The whole thing was completely covered, of this orange glow.
She describes noticing a glowing disc-shaped object in the sky. At first, it seems distant, then it grows larger, brighter, moving toward her position.
My first thought was that I had hit something in the road, and I didn't really realize at the time there was no jolt or any movement of the car at all. When I finally realized I was stopped, I thought, whatever it is, I've hit something to make me stop. And then when I saw this object, I thought, well, whatever I've hit, it threw it to the top of the car.
According to her account, the object approaches and comes to a complete stop directly over the hood of her car.
And then when it started hovering over the car, I knew that I must not have hit it because otherwise it wouldn't be spinning like it was.
She says it is luminous, yellowish white, about the size of a small car, completely silent. No wings, no propellers, no visible means of propulsion.
You know how a child's top will be more or less thin at the top and sort of circle, and then come down sort of like to a, not quite to a peak, but you know how I mean, like a child, one of these toy tops that the children play with. And it just spun real slow. Only a child's top will go faster than what this was going.
As it hovers there, her engine suddenly dies.
At the time, there was no jolt or any movement of the car at all. When I finally realized I was stopped, I thought, whatever it is, I've hit something to make me stop.
The car stops completely. No sputtering, no warning, just silence.
The more I watched it, the more I was more or less under its spell, it seemed like, because I couldn't even move. All I could do was just watch it.
She remains inside the vehicle as the object continues hovering for what she estimates is around 10 minutes. Then, without sound, it abruptly shoots upward and disappears. When she attempts to restart the car, the battery is dead.
It was then that Mrs. Brundage noticed that her radio, lights, and car clock had been off.
Her husband later confirms she was visibly shaken when she returned home, The battery reportedly had to be replaced, costing $20 at the time. After replacement, the vehicle functioned normally. The news segment emphasizes there was no physical damage to the car, only the electrical system appeared affected, a detail that aligns with numerous 1960s UFO reports. Astronomer J. Allen Hynek, who analyzed many mid-century UFO cases, often noted stalled vehicles and silent hovering craft as recurring elements in close encounter accounts from that era. Of course, there are grounded possibilities. A 1960s vehicle could suffer sudden battery failure. A mechanical fault might coincide with the sighting of an unusual light. Memory can also sharpen certain details over time, especially after media attention. But what makes this case intriguing is the consistency. The hovering duration, the silence, the immediate electrical failure, and the sudden upward departure. There were no beings reported, no missing time, just a woman, a stalled engine, and a luminous disc above her hood. So what do you think happened to Josephine Brundage on that road in 1965? A simple battery failure coinciding with a misidentified light, or one of the many mid-century encounters that continue to raise questions decades later? Well, that's the end of the episode. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to see more scary videos, then check out those 2 links there. Remember to leave us some comments down below, smash that thumbs up button, or subscribe if you're new to the channel. And that's it for me. I'll see you all next time.